my favorite Notre Dame fan is in the chat with Michael Campbell right now, who I already fought with yesterday. So I'm just like trying not to take the bait. Trying not to take the bait.
And Notre Dame has less to go on. And we've got a lot of great Notre Dame fans that watch. Appreciate you. I've got great Notre Dame guests that come on. They're not delusional. They tell it like it is. They've gotten whipped by Ohio State every time they've stepped on the field since 1995. 5 consecutive games. And then those aren't aberrations. Those aren't like Michigan 95-96 winning games when they're 7-4 against 11 and Ohio State teams. Ohio State's by far just that comparisons. There's nothing there for the Notre Dame fan except predicting that they're going to win in September. That's all they're doing is
guaranteeing this win in September. Not any. I mean, now the Big Ten does too. I mean, there's just this belief that this roster that of players that nobody has ever heard of is going to shock the world. But again, as we've seen year in, year out, Notre Dame is vastly overrated by about everybody going into the season. And maybe they don't stub their toe yearly against Marshall, but they're going to let you down. They're absolutely going to let you down. And there's just not enough free bets on all of these apps for me to load up as much on Ohio State as I want to right now. Ohio State is going to curb stomp Notre Dame in this game. You can clip this, you can submit it to Freezing Cold Takes. I don't give a shit. I really don't. I mean, it is going to be awful if you're a Notre Dame fan. It is going to be awful. Streams of green are going to be lining up to exit the stadium in the third quarter and drive back to their little burgs and hamlets in Indiana, and then Notre Dame won't schedule Ohio State for another 20 years. Just to Justin really quick, is the addition of Sam Hartman honestly going to change everything when their best offensive player is essentially a fullback outside of Sam Hartman with their big running back? I guess they got Devin Ford from Penn State to transfer in. I can't really name any wide receivers. Michael Mayer is gone. I don't know what Sam Hartman is going to be able to do. If you sit there and you look at Notre Dame's struggles offensively in some of its biggest games, how much of it is truly just on quarterback play? And I think some of it is. I think a decent amount of it is. But on top of that, there just are not a lot of offensive threats out there that I'm like, well, you've got to sit there and you've got to prepare for 3 or 4 offensive players that are going to sit there and be difference makers. Generally, it's 1.5 guys, and they're good enough to go out and do their thing sometimes, but not in the biggest games as of late.
I'm amazed at how many Notre Dame fans brag about a 21-10 loss as much as they do. But I guess that was a landmark moral victory for them. I guess that's what it is.
The best kind of victory, moral.